Thank you. It's quite a privilege to speak here. My title was called about Embedding the Creative Case by Working Together, and I'm labelled as the chair of the Creative Case Consortium in the North. I'm not, okay? The Creative Case Consortium in the North are meetings that are facilitated as equals, representing the 220 MPOs in the North, which is a wonderful mix of rural, city and urban, plus a mix of local, regional, national and international reaching organisations. I am a proud member of the Northern Regions Creative Case Consortium, and the development of this group is of key influence makers, allowing us to share and challenge within a peer network about how to identify methods to support others to be game changers in putting a wider reflection of diverse art into the public arena. This aims to help to produce work that reflects the richer aspects of a rounded and truthful portrayal of diversity that can shape the arts to have more relevance, more impact, and grow future audiences. People do respond to work that has a resonance and a reflection about their lives and interests. It is important to mention that our relationship with Arts Council England works as an equal one. We are in this together, learning together. The Creative Case Consortium has a skilled working group with an additional 30 specialist advisors, plus creating opportunities, for example, the bursaries, which will help organisations to meet, learn from and research diverse arts methodologies to help identify best practice and models. It is a work in progress, which will take time, as I have witnessed the distrust and disaffection from the marginalised diverse communities and artists that will take time to heal. Actions do speak louder than words, and we need to make sure that we listen to where we have responsibilities to affect change, identify the barriers that we can intentionally and unintentionally put up, and listen, really listen to the issues. Only a few years ago, DaDaFest desired to be at such meetings. The conversations we were invited to tended to be based solely around audience access and Disability Discrimination Act compliance. We rarely got invited to talk about the arts programmes and the potential of creating from such notions of the lived experience of disability, or explore the intersectionality of our lives in terms of race, as women, gay people, older people, younger, or some sign. We were pushed, and to some extent, still find ourselves placed into delivering arts that are seen as passive or therapeutic models of doing nice, life-affirming arts projects with disaffected communities, with the result that some of the artists leading have or even lead the group into life-changing epiphanies. We will always need places to work on single-issue work, but the boundaries are changing, and we are developing interesting collaborations with others that are changing the creative dialogues and practices. There is a great deal to discuss and learn. The list of why we need to talk, listen, and share is a long one. We need, first of all, to be honest. There is much fear of working with disabled, black artists, etc. Much misunderstanding about what can be achieved and how. The anxiety of what people think is compromise, and the real trepidation that the result will be perceived as poor quality work. On the other side of it, some work coming from diverse perspectives can be so confrontational that it alienates and polarizes audiences. Then we get to audience development. Organisations are worried about putting audience off, so the language gets messy and clumsy. The messages around disability particularly are confusing. The media and the reviews can cause more harm than good, and it's all too easy to keep work within the black or disability arts sector, etc., only, as we are the only ones who get it. Embedding change means facing these challenges head on. Examine the fear and the prejudices we all hold. Look at where we are not having the results, and learn to work with partnerships where our values can be debated and perhaps rewritten. Jay Palmer, in his book Learning Disability and the Contemporary Theatre in 2008, says on his reflections of collaborating within mainstream theatre, maybe the point of all of this is that the non-disabled people should be transformed. Ultimately, it is not about the on-product. It is how they, the disabled performer, opens our eyes to different ways of doing things. To me, this is the crux of this work, to find different ways of doing things, different dialogues, differing judgments on standards and quality, so that we see disabled and deaf artists working becomes the ordinary, and we finally stop the them and us and become just us. Thank you.